Stripped Down Live. I'm your host, Curt Smith. We are back for episode 4. We thought we'd never make it here today. We had some technical difficulties to start with. We're running a little bit late, but all is good. We are calm, or at least some of us are calm. I'm channeling my inner calm. Corey, not so calm over there. He's tearing his hair out. Today, I'm happy to say we have in the studio the amazing Peter Himmelman. His new album, The Mystery and the Hum, by the way, came out yesterday, so he will be playing tracks off that. And we should kind of get on with the show. Now, be aware that if you want to join in, I'm going to come in and chat between sets, between Peter playing, and then after that we're going to give a break where you can actually either Skype in, you can Skype in on, you want to Skype to Streamin Garage, that's without the G because Mike doesn't know how to spell. So Streamin Garage on Skype, and then at stripdownlive.com you can join the chat room and just fire your questions in, and Corey will stick them up on this newfangled teleprompter thing if we don't get a camera in the way. And I will then promptly recite them and ask Peter. So please welcome Peter Himmelman, and we'll be back later.
You know I want to tell you something you might never understand. I see you run so hard, trying to get somewhere. I'm gonna tell you about a flaw in every man. Everybody loves you when you don't give a damn. Emma, I can tell that you're not watching when they trick you with that sleight of hand. Emma, you know I get this vague impression that you're looking for a place to land. You give them what they want, they get away. I can tell that it's more than you can stand. Everybody loves you when you don't give a damn. Everybody smiles, everybody wants to hear, everybody wants to know the way you feel. Emma, girl, I want to tell you something you might never understand. Emma, I can only take you so far, and that's as far as anybody goes. You've been hurt, still can walk. You've been here, but you still can stand. Everybody loves you when you don't give a damn. There's been a lot of Skyping and things on my Facebook account. I never saw so much traffic. Somebody, what's her name? Or don't you want to know? Elaine. She's got a wonderful haircut. I don't know that the cameras can show it. It's a week old and still it looks awesome. And she's been indefatigably twittering and flittering, whatever this thing is that we all do now, trying to forge ahead like little gerbils in life. I'm feeling quite gerbil-like tonight. I'm actually outside here, the spacious studios. We saw, somebody told me there was a squirrel in the tree and it was eating oranges. So I looked for the squirrel, but yet I saw a rat. And when I said, there's a rat, people naturally jump back for no reason, because the rat and the squirrel are almost the same. It's just that the rat is called a rat. And that's the nature of this next song. No, it's not, but I'm going to actually, I got to unplug this. So, Ruin, is it possible for me to take this out? And I don't want to disrupt the whole process. Here it's safe. I once saw a guy lay the guitar on the ground. I know you don't want to shoot the ground because there's a lot of code, secret code here. If one were to know the code, they'd either have to kill them or injure them so badly that they won't be able to tell the code to others. What? And then you can put that back on again, I guess. This is called Motel Room in Davenport. And damn, somebody's gonna have to get me some water or some of that Dr. Pepper that you were drinking. I don't know, because it's cold and dry in here. It's kind of like the tundra or the veldt in Africa. I got a motel room in Davenport. I'm waiting on the resurrection. I'm waiting for a light to shine. I'm waiting for this high life story of mine to end. I just finished a meal of white rice, black beans, and okra. I had me some wine. I'm feeling particularly fine, my friend. And the mood has changed from black to blue to green. And the interstate twists into the sky. And the noontime crew has made this place look new. Well, I might just stay put until I die. I'm in a motel room in Davenport, just about a quarter mile from the interstate. I've been thinking about God. I've been thinking it's odd how we don't have cable at home. If I get myself together, I could be in Missouri by morning. I'm waiting on no one now. Ain't no one can slow me down when you're all alone. And the mood has changed from black to blue to green. And the interstate twists to the sky. And the noontime crew has made this place look new. Well, I might just stay put until I die. Do you think you could actually feed me water as I played? And it's not to belittle you in any way. All right, Curt. Yeah. One time I was scuba diving, and I actually saw this Japanese woman crack open some kind of crustacean and eat it underwater. This was nothing compared to that. Okay, snap back to the song. I'm in a motel room in Davenport, waiting on a certain inspiration. One you can't get in LA, no matter how much you pay or you pretend. They got a copy of the Gideon Bible in each and every nightstand, next to the massage parlor ad. Neither choice is too bad when you need a friend. from black to blue to green, and the interstate twists into the sky, and the noontime crew has made this place look new. Well, I might just stay put until I die. Yeah, I'm in a motel room. I'm in a motel room. I'm in a motel room. Thank you. Is there more songs? I don't know what's the schedule here. One more song? What is there a certain song? Oh, I think I know what it is. Geez, that water was good. Never tastes better when you have a wonderful person from England. You know? Thank you. And I don't mean it. Sometimes if people are serving you or they're in service, they find it like demeaning. I think it's somehow the most noble thing that you can do to allow people to serve you and then to be of service to the other. So I will feed you oranges from that tree. Ones that are not eaten by that rat. So good. So tender and so delicious. This is a song that a lot of these songs that you write, you might think they come from a deep well of inspiration, but sometimes if somebody says, here's some money, and I need this song right away, that is a great way to get the inspiration fired up. A lot of people think, well, that can't be true. But those people probably have never written a lot of songs. And that's how it kind of works. So somebody wanted this song for a movie. I think it was I don't remember what the movie was because I never got into the movie. And the movie never did anything. But this song survived fairly well. It's a depressing song, so turn it off if you're on the edge. I'm gonna make you proud, proud enough to never have to lie. And if I make you smile, would you leave just a trace of sadness in your eye? No need to think it over. We're right where we belong. You get one shot at love and then it's gone. Oh yeah. One shot at love and then it's gone. So what I did there? I'm back into it, don't worry. I'm gonna make you sing till the words will shoot like lightning from your dreams. You and I both know that easy street ain't never what it seems. And I put away your compass. You're right where you belong. You get one shot at love and then it's gone. One shot at love and then it's gone. I'm gonna make you fly, transcending like the dawn above the mist. We were born into the sky. We were innocent like the day that heaven kissed. And I don't take all this for granted. We're as weak as we are strong. You get one shot at love and then it's gone. One shot at love and then it's gone. One shot at love and then it's gone, gone, gone. One shot at love and then it's gone. It fades out. ants come on strings. Spiders, giant spiders come down. They bite me in the neck. I fall asleep, pretending that I died, and Curt says some shit to me.
Now that was funny. It seems like nothing can faze you from actually, you know, being that parched and then a cable falling out the back of your guitar.
Did it fall out?
I don't know, but it seemed to correct it when you put it back down, when you pushed it like this.
Something happened, yeah. I don't know what that was.
Oh.
No, the thing is, I think I'm always phased. You know,
So
I'm
it's
in a
just one
state
constant state.
State of phasing, right. I just expect entropic forces to do their work. You know, I just expect it.
And if not, then you go into like self-imposed things.
Yeah, if nothing happened, it's completely, quote, flawless or something, it represents a danger for me. There's nothing to kind of feed off of.
So, I mean, I wanted to get on to the new album, which why I was asking if nothing phases you, or if you have to put yourself in a self-imposed kind of state.
Mm-hmm.
And the new album, Mystery in the Hum, you went and sort of wrote for 2 weeks in Minneapolis. You went to?
Well, I went to I recorded or wrote for 2 weeks in Santa Monica.
Here, and then went and recorded it for
right.
3 days with people you'd never worked with before.
Yeah. Now the idea is, as you well know, you know, these structures. We were just talking about that before, as we watched the rats, I guess. You know, without structures, these ideas that they generate within us, they remain in some ephemeral, unmanifest state. I mean, so in other words, if somebody says to you, look, I need this by so on, you know, some particular date, a deadline, it helps. And without a record company, somebody said to me the other day, which I shouldn't say, I should, you know, always aggrandize myself at all times, but I just have to say this. She said, wow, you know, you're on your own record label now, and you must have that creative freedom, and you must be so happy about that. Do 2 cuts, cut 1. You know, I really am, Curt. It's really amazing. I have the ability to do whatever I want, the freedom and the flexibility to pursue my vision. Cut, take 2. If a major label would have me and pay me a ton of money, I'd be on it in 2 seconds. This is a fallback position all the way. So having said that, there is no deadline except for the deadlines that I create.
Right.
And I thought this is a way to do it. I was working on a television show called Bones, doing the music, and there was a break for the writer's strike. And I thought, I better do something with my time.
And then you had a finite amount of time.
Yeah, it was
presumably the
almost,
writer's strike's going to be over.
yeah, it was indefinite, but it was assumed that it wouldn't go on, you know, too long.
Someone at a network's going to cave at some point.
Someone on either side, looks like the writers caved.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, but
Don't want it to mean the union that caved in.
no, not at all. But somebody's got to cave. The whole town's under, you know, the hot dog
Well,
vendors.
LA just went dead for like.
They did. The tailors, the people, the makeup people, the hot dog vendors, the people that supply the propane for the hot dogs.
7-Eleven, Krispy Kreme. They were gone.
Bupkis.
There was no craft services anywhere.
Done.
Oh, yeah. But I wanted to talk about actually the songs because it's interesting, and I'm obviously, you know, reading as much as I can read and listen to in the weeks leading up to I know you're coming on the show, and you, like myself, we were talking outside about being a father and trying to, you know, prioritize that over anything else, which is not an easy thing to do, especially if you want to be in this industry.
Right.
But it was interesting because I was listening to, you know, Don't Give a Damn, and whether what I'm taking it from it is what it's meant to be, I have no idea. But I guess I'm soon to find out. Which is, you know, I watch my daughters, specifically girls, growing up, and how to get attention from boys was what one of them was going through. And this boy keeps hitting me, and I'm trying to explain that's because he likes you. You know, that's what it is, and that, to me, that's kind of what the song's saying about, you know, if you're distant enough, people will come to you. Was that?
Well, it's
No, it was nothing like that.
no, actually, it could have been something. These songs, since they were born in great haste, the meaning to me is probably as unclear as it is to
Right.
you, and so to apply what I think is just as right. I have thoughts about what these songs might mean. I kind of the same way. How it applies to my daughters, for example. How it applies to women in kind of the culture of misogyny that we live in, where women are objectified and
Yeah.
sort of a defense for my daughters in a certain way. Don't feel badly about these things, and I'm not sure what. I sing the song with a great deal of empathy for whom and when and
Well,
why. I'm not
obviously
sure.
women in general at that point in
Right,
time.
I suppose.
I don't think it was empathy towards men during that song.
It could be
particularly,
men
but-
too. I mean, you know, the idea that even trying to keep your career going, as much as you Twitter and you flitter and all this stuff that people do, I sometimes wonder if I just put a moratorium on the whole thing, it may make it completely unavailable, how that might work things. I mean, there's something destructive about, quote, the mystique of an artist
Yeah.
when they're too exposed.
And although that's an interesting subject, because actually I have a different view on that, which you know, let's discuss it. I mean, for me, the exposure actually normalizes us, and I actually don't like the mystique. The whole mystique thing seems so planned and trite that I feel abnormal if I don't have a connection with people, like a direct connection.
Right.
I mean, that's me more than anything.
Yeah, and I share that totally, because I'm just, you know, I'll divulge anything. I really
You're a
feel
publicity hoe, really.
yeah, exactly. I don't really think there are that many secrets, so by nature, I like to have congress with other people and discuss things, and on a wider level through my songs or interviews or any kind of communication. I wonder, though, from a marketing strategy point,
Yes.
like Leonard Skinner, you know, the plane went down and the record sold like crazy. Maybe if I killed myself.
Well,
you know,
undoubtedly your records would sell more if you died. There's no question about that.
So they've jumped from, let's see, 27 to 34. I just don't know if it's worth it. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, and also the cost involved in you disappearing
Yeah, it's a whole
to your
thing.
family, which you're going to pass on to your family. Anyway.
That's tough. The insurance policy, then there's the burial, which probably costs more than the record would
course.
make. So
Yeah.
scratch that. The mystique is never
death
going
not
to
an
work.
option.
The
No.
mystique can't work because this is already out there. There's pictures of me running around when I used to play in this band, Sussman Lawrence,
Yes,
in a
I know.
shower
I was
curtain.
mentioning it. Yes.
You know, and that's just.
I think one of the actual videos had you on stage in your underwear, actually, but I want to think.
Actually, it was could have been my mom's underwear. No, it definitely was not. By the way, it was not in any way. But I know for sure.
You were having seizures on the floor. At the
Yeah,
time.
there was something there. Know for sure I can never run for public office.
Well, yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, there's not many musicians that could. Although, having said that, that bar is a lot like lower now.
Well, I mean, you know, I remember they
Let's
asked,
face it,
they asked
you know.
Obama, did you, this I thought Obama was cool, and he said, you know, you smoked pot, and he goes, did you inhale? He goes, I thought that was the point.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, but, you know,
Which at that point was winning him votes.
underwear on stage, writhing as though you're having some kind of seizure for no apparent benefit. If there was a benefit that accrued, maybe.
Yeah, but
I don't
no,
see it. The
I
bar
don't
is
know.
low, but it's not that low.
There had to be some party pictures with George Bush and things like that, where
Oh, yeah,
things
those
like
things.
that went on.
The people that took them were killed. The photos were burned. I mean, everything. By the way, I don't know if this is like tied into time, but you read about that Martin Luther King, that guy that was the photographer.
No, I
Well,
didn't know
here's the
this.
thing. This
Is a
isn't so
new
much
thing?
that political, but just
Okay.
on a personal level. There was this guy. I don't even know his name. What was his last name? He died. He died recently. He died in his 80s.
So now he's famous.
Well, he was a little bit famous. He was the photographer of the entire civil rights movement. So all the beautiful pictures
of the civil rights movement, of Martin Luther King, all the intimate photos that people are acquainted with. You can Google them now, you'll see them all. What's his
Ernest
name?
Withers.
Ernest Withers. It's right.
Arlene from the back says as though she's knowledgeable, but she
Yeah.
just had the power
The
of Google back then.
repository of all information on
Corey,
Google.
yes, Corey
So
Google.
anyway, this guy who was in Martin Luther King's hotel room the day he was killed, I mean, he was so intimate with this whole thing. They found out recently that he was an paid FBI informant. So, I mean, that's got to hurt a lot of people really, really hard.
You think?
You know, I mean, and it's, wow, it just throws a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, there must have been a lot, though, I would imagine, back then. There had to be.
There were a lot of people that were informants. I mean, and they were paid and some were pressured.
I mean,
but this guy was unique in that he was
part
so
of the inner circle.
intimate. He was so much of the inner circle. He was so trusted and so beloved. And, you know, he apparently had 8 kids and, you know, who knows? Who knows what motivates people?
Yeah, well, money.
That's one of them. That's a big one.
I feel with that, you know, I can't, you know, you could go through the list of someone doing that in the inner circle. Well, it's not racism, one would imagine at that point in time, but.
No, he was, you know, he's black, so
that's
he
what I'm
couldn't,
saying.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
At that point in time.
I think money would be pretty much it. I mean, and I think a lot of people are on the payroll.
Or, look, we're going to hurt your kids if you don't. Who knows what was said?
I guess, yeah. That's a dark way of looking
You
at
know,
it. But
light and dark.
yeah, yes. A little dark way of looking at things. But, yes, and you were saying, of course, we should talk about your shows as well, seeing you're here, and I feel like I'm learning, which is, you know, I could just sit here and say a couple of words, and you can talk for the entire time.
No, I like what you
which,
have to
which
say,
is
and I
why
like the way you say it.
it's the accent that counts, yeah. So you have 2 shows, right?
Which shows?
Web shows.
Oh, yeah, well, I have one show that is kind of it's a web in cobwebs.
It's a web in cobwebs.
It's called The Curious World for children. It's
Right.
a good show, but it's kind of, it's up there, curiousworld.com. You can see it. It's with kids. It's a great show, but, you know.
On top of The Furious World.
Yeah, The Furious World.
An interesting choice of Furious with the Curious.
Yeah, well,
is it a Furious with a PH?
That would be better, maybe. That would be mystique.
I'm just saying.
That would be mystique. Yo.
I'm just saying. You know,
I'm just saying.
Isn't
that a way to get out of anything?
Exactly.
You are an ugly pig. Hey, I'm just saying.
Just give it a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's me expecting the angry show, you know, but it's actually, you know.
Yeah, I don't think The Furious World. What happened is that I write theme songs from time to time, and that's a good paying gig. So I became skilled at writing these theme songs. I said, I'll charge myself. Could be 25 grand. So I will save myself 25 grand
if you do
and
the
write
theme
my
song.
own damn theme song.
Yeah, that's something I haven't done. Do we need a theme song? We need
Stripped
a theme
down
song.
live.
No one's approached me for a theme song yet. Because apparently he charges too much. So we're not, that's out.
But Mike, I will make a deal. You know, we will.
We'll do a deal.
So the theme song had the first line, Furious World, and it just came out.
So it came from the,
and somebody who worked with our show and helped us a lot, named Michael Sean Wright, said, well, that's the name of the show. Cool. That is the name of the show.
Because if you were looking at the show itself, it would be with a PH, is my feeling.
I think there's something to it.
You know.
Make a mental note of that, or do we have it? It's on film. It's on tape. Okay, so don't worry.
We should get on to some more music before people start going,
Enough. Yeah, I hate
over
that
there.
when they do that.
Yeah, but they're just telling me to shut up, not you, thankfully. So we have a couple more songs, and then we're going to come back. We're going to chat some more.
Let's chat some more.
Yeah, I'd like to. Well, I'd like to listen to you chat.
Let's
I'm learning. It's educational. I found out about the Martin Luther King photographer.
Yeah, that's.
You know.
Withers.
What else
Maybe
you
it's
got?
like Bill
what happened
Withers.
in the stock market today? Yeah.
That I couldn't tell you. Where did I put my pick somewhere or anything? Should have more than just one.
You should have more than just one. And I was right behind you. You were sitting on it.
I was sitting on it. So just somebody hand me that schedule. 'Cause I don't know what songs I should do.
It's a schedule.
Schedule. Somebody hand me the. What's that? Discipline of Rain. Oh, then I need that other guitar. Can I switch? Man, that's a lot of switch. I'm gonna unplug, Ron. I'm
You're
coming
gonna
out.
give me-
Thanks.
Ready?
I already came out.
Are
Sorry.
you ready? I can do this. You ready?
All right.
I've been practicing.
You've got the technique. Oof. Oof, yeah. All right, here's another guitar. Where's
Remind
the
me
hole on
next
this
time to
thing?
get some manicure before I do the hand thing.
Oh,
again.
no, their hands look good. Very good. No, this guitar sounds good. This is the sound man.
I bet he gets a lot of ladies with this wood. Mm-hmm. It's like a real nice wood grain. Are you his lady? Did this guitar have anything to do with it? Really, on the second date, he whipped out this guitar, this wood grain, and you go, oh my God, this guy's wood grain is unbelievable. That's good. Excellent work, Ruin. She's beautiful. You're not bad looking yourself. I hate people that explain their songs. It's like, shut up. I'll think what I want about it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Song's called The Discipline of Rain. Here's how it is. Rain is the perfect example of how to act in the world. If it were given in too great abundance without restriction, everybody would die. If it were given with too much scarcity, too much smallitude, well, everybody would die. So now everyone's gonna be alive from this song. First World with PH. I'm learning. If I give too much, I strangle each and everything I touch. But I can't stop holding back. The bird's eye just fading into black. When I'm flying too high, I might never come back again. It gets so hard to know the discipline of rain. I see all my friends with it blowing through their loves like the wind. They don't know where they're bound, and I know they all remember where they've been. When they're moving too fast, unrelenting like a midnight train, it gets so hard to know the discipline of rain. Ain't it hard to know when to stay or when to go, when we've all been hurt so many times? And ain't it hard to believe that to give is to receive, when giving love can feel like an act of crime? Now I hear it fall, but I'm not feeling anything at all. There's a pause, a slight delay, and then I'm satisfied there's nothing left to say. I'm not feeling too bad. Yeah, well, nothing ever stays the same. It's so hard to know the discipline of rain. Let's see. I think I went out of order here. No, actually, this is not the revised script. I'm going to pull out, Ron. Okay. Sit Tight is the next song. Oh, take that one. Hand. Get a shot of his hands. Well manicured. My pick sitting just inside my groin area, where all the things are protected. Cord. Where's the electric cord? Run. Yeah, it's in. Ooh. Too much for Magic Bus. That's the greatest song ever written. You know, somebody sent me a guy in my band. I play with the same guys for like a million years. And he sent me Out Here in the Fields or whatever that is song. Teenage Wasteland. And he sent me a clip because that's why you're not a doctor. You could have been like a real professional. I had to take the guitar and screw up my entire life. But anyway, this is called Sit Tight. It's from the new record. That's such a cooler accent than mine. Here's my actual accent, kind of like this from Minnesota. You know, we talk a lot about a lot of stuff. And even if you speak intelligently, you sound like an idiot. You know, I've redacted some of the hypothetical attitudes that have been laid on me by societal norms throughout the day. You know, just no matter what you say, you sound like an idiot. There's just no use. I want a roof that don't break when the wind begins to blow. I don't need to double check what I already know. I got a ringside seat to the dog show. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. I wouldn't trade your love for anything plain. All the tea in China or the olives in Spain. I'd come to find you in the blistering rain. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. Well, I know you've been waiting for a long time. And I know you've been waiting for me. Baby, you got a beautiful body and a strong mind. And I guarantee we're both gonna be free one day. So sure up the line, it's a getting slack. There's a pebble in my shoe and a rabbit on my back. Trying to make it cross the river to the railroad track. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. Wow, 14 moons and 17 suns. Look at that boy, see the way he runs. Hear the sound of the shelling from the faraway gun. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. Well, I know you've been waiting for a long time. And I know you've been waiting for me. Baby, you got a beautiful body and a strong, strong mind. And I guarantee we're both gonna be free one day. Sit tight. This is a new part. I just made this up. Too much for Magic Bus. Could have been a doctor. Had a real job. Well, this ain't a science, these ain't. Start over. The phrasing was wrong from the new part. Forgive me. This ain't a science and these ain't facts, but you can run them through your mind if it helps you relax. Let's get down to business in the brass tacks. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. I'll sing your love, it's an endless maze. How do I love you? Let me count the ways. It's virtue that bleeds, crime that pays. Sit tight, I'm coming to get you. Yeah, sit tight, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. A lot of new developments in that take.
Here,
Stick that in the groin area.
Right in the groinal area.
Does that just keep it nice and warm down there or
Keeps
something?
everything warm. Yeah.
Okay. That was funny. I have to say though, there's I actually had the most fun. I'm going to basically kind of presume there's going to be some people out there that don't know about you, which
that would be
is
really,
ridiculous,
really
but I know.
presumptive of you. That's like
I know. So
I thought my mom and
I'm going to work on that presumption for a second,
Okay.
and just go into the website and other things.
Right.
You know, we've been through the web shows,
Right.
the Furious World, the Curious World. Is there another Urious? Could you get another one?
Spurious
The
World.
Spurious World.
What else?
What would that be?
Injurious World.
Oh, no, that's your job as a lawyer. That's you know, you've been hurt in an
professional.
accident, called
Injurious World. Hear us
That's it.
rockin'. The gavel. Theme song.
We've just done an ad for the next like personal accident insured people.
Exactly.
That's funny. But other things on your site which I loved, which are like there's little short movies on there, which some very poignant. The Apology from Wisconsin was the one,
Oh,
which
did you
was
see
yeah,
that?
that was
Oh.
incredibly moving. I thought, which I presume is about your sister.
Yeah.
Who died? Was in a car accident like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the movie, I mean, just how it was put together was so gorgeous with the little toy cars and everything. It was beautifully done. I mean, I have to say, when I went into watching the movie, I thought it was just a general sort of that was a statement, an apology from Wisconsin,
Right.
just for being Wisconsin. But I was like, he was going there, and then it turned into this gorgeous
Oh,
movie,
thanks. I didn't. Yeah.
which I thought was fantastic. And then it went on to the next one I watched was I Love Donald Trump. And I'm like, this I gotta hear.
Right.
So let's get into that story, which is, in fact, you tell it so much better because you do the voiceover on it. But I'm like, I need to know why he loves Donald Trump.
Now this is, I'll tell you the story, and the story, really the best way of these stories where I become sort of the brunt of all these jokes. This one is one where I actually have very strong animus towards a certain person. Probably the only person in the world that I would actually, I don't know if I'd actually strike her physically. I don't think so. I would think about it. You know, we study martial arts, so some of the blows would be, there's a couple of blows that, if you could just put this down.
Oh, and
I
then we're
could
going to get
demonstrate.
a demonstration of the martial arts.
Now,
Okay.
a couple of things I might do. I don't know if I'll hurt the mics or anything. This is, Iran. Can he come here or no? This is our karate partner. So I'll just, you just stand as a, it's like a, as a statue. Which way is best for him?
Can I just say I'm going to get the weight?
No. Yeah. Okay, so here, this thing is something in an advanced kata, which goes like this. So it's sort of like this, and you don't really know what it's about. They never tell you about it, unless you really ask. But what it's for is, it's in the eyeballs. It's really like, it's not like, ouch. It's like, done. This one, I'm going to move away from the light bulb, which I just like a lot. And I think this is one that I would use. It doesn't use a lot of power from the wrist. It's mostly from the body, at the base of the nose. Just like crack the nose, or a nice shot to the throat. Thank you. So, having said that,
my theory on that, by the way,
yes.
is it's just the face that's going to scare the shit out of people. It really doesn't matter if you touch them or not. They're just going to run away when they see that coming at them.
Well, this.
So back to how this pertains
okay.
to Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump.
So here's how it goes. I was like,
Do you need some more water, by the way,
I
after
got a
exerting
nice,
yourself that much?
I might need. I might go through this
okay.
one.
Gatorade or anything?
I want to
Can we
get you
get
some water. Get him an orange, maybe from the tree. Anyway, so
we have a rep for that.
a few years. He just comes in like, why were you running away? I'm of service to people. He's got a rat on his, like an orange on his back. I'm nice. Everyone's giving me the bad rap. So anyway, that's the rat voice. What are you talking? I'm nice. Look, I can't help it.
It's a Jewish grandfather rat.
It's sort of.
obviously.
It's like, his name is Mendel. Mendel the rat. Look.
Now we have a name for the rat, Mike. We have.
Mendel.
Don't worry, it's just Mendel on the roof.
Don't. Can you hear? And Mendel's family and cousins, they're all here. Let them be. So anyway, this is something that happened to me about 10 years ago. I went up to Seattle. They invited me to come to play at a radio. You probably know the radio station Cane Mountain.
Yep.
So, wow, I'm thrilled. 3 nights at the Four Seasons, I'm thrilled. And I just started working on a TV show called Judging Amy, which is like, well, who knew what the show was going to be, but it's great gig. And I wrote a theme song. Back to the theme song. See how we plan this? It's working really well. So,
I'm just throwing them up. I'm letting you bet them.
Boosh. Anyway, so they asked, can we have the theme song? And I figured, of course, on the Rosie O'Donnell show was going to have Tyne Daly, the star of the show, come on and be interviewed. So they wanted the theme song. When she comes up, it would be cool to play the song. So anyway, I get up there and I'm on this Four Seasons. I'm on the bed. Everything's great. I'm so happening. And all of a sudden, Rosie O'Donnell show, and I like Rosie O'Donnell. She was great. I love the Sleepless in Seattle. I'm a fan. Everything's good with her. So all of a sudden, Tyne Daly comes up to the the dais or
You were going to say the podium.
the
but
podium.
I don't think
or
there's going to be a
something. It's
podium.
like podium. I don't know
She
what
came over to the sofa. whatever.
couches or something. So they didn't play my song, which was weird, but whatever. So they go on. The first thing that Tyne says is, or Rosie says to Tyne, who wrote that horrible theme song? Oh my God! And Tyne Daly wasn't in on the riff. She was like, what? Just like me, what? And then Rosie goes, no. Who wrote that god awful theme song? Oh my God! And then she goes, here's a really good theme song. And she plays ba-la-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba, whatever that was from Cagney and Lacey. And this is a crap theme song. You should fire whoever wrote this. Bum, bum, but my theme song. Da-da-da. I'm like, she goes, it's horrible. And I spun off into this place of misery and wonder. And that's why if I ever see her, I will go, Rosie, take a look. You no longer, Dodge! No. Now that you can only hear me, why did you do that? It was such a weird riff,
So to come full circle, which by the way he is yet to explain, the
Yeah.
whole Donald Trump, Rosie O'Donnell thing,
exactly,
which is
exactly the punchline.
I love.
Why do I love Donald Trump? Because he hates Rosie O'Donnell. That's the punchline.
That's pretty much it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
It was worth it. It was worth it for the punchline at the end, which I loved, and it was worth it for and the way you said it actually on the thing was actually better than the way you just.
Yeah, I know, it's quieter.
Well, it's quieter, and it's like and it was Rosie O'Donnell. I loved her in Sleepless in Seattle.
That's right.
It was that kind of
You'll have
throwaway
to
thing.
do me a
which,
favor, Mike.
Go let it there.
Cut in that thing
from the actual
from the archives.
Should we go to the wonderful auto cue now? There's no one standing in the way of it. Because we have less cameras today. Is that what it is?
It's usually Barry.
Oh,
It's foul. Barry's not here. That's what it is. That's his job, is to stand there. Is that for me? Did you sip from this yet?
I didn't.
You sure?
Pure.
Did your hand touch the top?
It did.
Did you
Actually,
look
went
at it?
Jacques, No, it's good. Pure.
That's some nice water, although it's a little disconcerting that it was filled all the way to the top, because that tells me it was refilled.
It's exactly what I thought about
that's
this.
not the original unopened bottle of water.
Something
that's refilled somewhere.
And look at this.
You can tell.
Where's the label?
Yeah.
It was fresh out.
It was fresh from the tap.
It cracked.
Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Well, you just added water to the top. Okay, so what do we have questions? Oh, Gypsy. Gypsy's in the chat room. Hey, Gypsy. Chatting all the way. He's in the chat room from Canada, actually. Gypsy's up in Toronto.
Gypsy.
Yeah, I would like to know your musical influences because you have an Elvis Costello vibe a bit.
Wow. Yeah, who didn't listen to Elvis Costello when he first came out? Elvis Costello, he's an English guy.
I thought Elvis was American.
No, Elvis was, I think he was an Eastern European Jew who put on this whole Southern thing. That's a whole long
different
story.
guy. Okay.
That's more education. You know, I was kind of, in a world where people were listening to these hair bands from Canada or something, and Minnesota. I mean, there was that, and then there was people also listened to like progressive rock or something, and I was just
It's all
looking.
Canadian then. Hair bands from Canada, Rush.
Exactly, yeah.
you know.
And there were progressive rock bands, and they used like too much distortion on their guitar. And I also love Bob Marley. And all of a sudden I heard Elvis Costello. I was working at a clothing store. It came on the radio. Must have been like Red Shoes or something.
Right.
I'm like, oh my God, this guy is. It sounds like 50s music. That's my first thought. It sounds like a throwback to the 50s. The guitars weren't overly distorted. Kind of like when the Pretenders came.
Yeah, that was his early stuff. I mean, he went on.
Yeah.
But he's done so many different things.
Oh
Elvis
yeah, I'm
Costello
just
as
talking
well.
about how
Yeah.
I got into him.
Yeah.
And Gypsy, you're damn right.
Having now insulted all your fellow countrymen with the hair bands from Canada, Rush, the progressive
No,
rock.
no,
yeah.
people love those bands, and right they should. Geddy Lee, by the way, somebody told me this
You had to
story.
have a story about getting lead.
Just a little one. His name, Geddy Lee, actually he's this Jewish guy, and his grandma, like my grandma, has a Yiddish accent, and she goes, Geddy, Geddy, come here. Geddy. And so that's became his nickname. So I heard. Geddy.
What's his real name?
I don't know, Mordechai? No, Gary. Gary.
Gary.
And that was her accent. Gary, come here.
Ah, so his name's Gary.
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 Gary Lee
Who
just
knew?
doesn't work. Geddy Lee is way cooler.
That's much funnier.
Yeah.
Really wine rib.
Is
Wine
that a good-
rib.
Are you on there?
Wine rib's a good one, I gotta say.
Geddy
Wine rib. So, what's your actual real name?
Morris Mendelssohn. Somebody asked me once at a record
Is
company.
that your real name?
No, they asked me, did you change your name to Himmelman? I'm like, yeah, my name was actually Matt Starr, and I wanted something, more poetic, like Peter Himmelman. Himmelman, see, I looked at it very close.
I get the same thing with Smith. People think that's a pseudonym.
Well, that sounds like a cool name. You change it to
To Smith.
Szymanski or something. Curt Szymanski. You could have changed it, or,
Yeah, it
or
was Smithstein.
Smithstein. If
Originally.
my name had been Himmelfarb, no way.
You'd have drawn a line.
Himmelstein, Himmelman.
Because it's got man in it.
Yeah, man. 2 umlauts over the A and 2 N's.
It's got umlauts? I thought those were reserved for heavy metal bands.
Yeah. Someone wrote to me from Iceland, Christina Himmelman, with 2 umlauts and 2 N's, and she goes, I think we're related. I'm like, bitch, I don't think so. No, we are not a 2N family in any. That is a Third Reich type deal, and that's not coming up.
Okay. And moving quickly on.
Rump.
Tandy Van asks if you could pick anyone to jam with, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow, I always like that question because you know where I go. No way would I want to jam with a dead guy. what's the fucking point? I'd like to jam with you actually. I'm not kidding.
Like I'm a, okay, we'll do it afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, at some point in the future, not this second. Now, I probably would like.
How long we got?
I'd like to play with Prince.
That's the Minneapolis in you coming out,
Prince,
though.
by the way.
And you'd have to be there at 4 in the morning and do it for about 4 hours.
Prince is so good, it's sickening. Because he's from Minneapolis, I'm from Minneapolis, and I always thought I was pretty good. I used to play in this band called Alex O'Neill and the Black Market Band. It's like I used to be very much in a black culture, and so they never said yo.
Back to the fat again.
Huh?
Back to the
There
furious.
wasn't.
and
This
the
is
fat.
pre-fat. It was like,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to you, Peter. You'd like a regular basement guitar player. We did this gig at the Holiday Inn Central on New Year's Eve. I was probably 16, and we were the only white guys, my cousin and I, in this whole place. And there was this band called Champagne that was opening up, and we were actually headlining. And these guys were awesome. And this guy, Andre Simone, you know who he is? Andre Simone was the bass player. And those guys from the time. Morris Day was the lead singer. And there was this one guy, this little guy with this super afro. And it was right before Prince's first record come out. And Alex O'Neill goes, Peter, check it out. His name was Prince. Look at him chop that rhythm. He never stop. Look at him chop that rhythm. Chain chop. Look at his right hand. Yo, look at it. Prince was just a rhythm guitar player, but God, was he holding it down. A year later, he went and opened up his album, and he played in North Minneapolis, and I almost quit music.
No, I do. I mean, the times I've seen him play live, it makes you want to give up.
You want to quit.
Yeah.
And this was a time where he hopped on the drums, and he hopped on every instrument and killed everyone, except for Matt Fink, who was the keyboard player who I used to know, was from my neighborhood. He had some acne at one point, and they gave him like a mask, and it became doctor, like, like whatever. But this Jewish guy, doctor, but he was an awesome keyboard
Prince is
player.
ridiculous, yeah. Weirdly enough, my wife used to work for Prince.
Oh, really?
For like 9 months, and she's had some escapades with him. I mean, one time when she was at dinner with Prince and Stevie Wonder was in the restaurant. And so, Prince, of course, asked my wife to go and get Stevie Wonder to come to him.
Yeah, it was a battle who's taking
who's going
table.
to
And Stevie Wonder's blind, so give him a break.
Yeah, exactly. What do you mean, go get Stevie?
Yeah,
I mean, at least you could do is get off your ass and,
Right.
I'm going to, walk him through the tables. But they end up meeting, talking, and they went next door to a sports bar. This was in Chicago.
Yeah.
And they jammed together in the sports bar. They just took over the stage and played, the two of them.
Oh, it's
for like an hour.
unbelievable. And those guys can both play jazz, chop. I mean, the whole thing. These guys are on
ridiculous.
a total different
I watched
level.
Prince play one time in New York, and I was sitting next to, one side was Peter Gabriel, the other side Lou Reed, and I was like, okay. What's
dead.
the point? What's the point?
Yeah, it's true. You gotta come up from that. I don't know what the point. I still haven't figured out what the point is.
Well, no, the point is you do your own thing. That's the point.
I guess.
You do what you do.
your
I
own
mean,
thing.
if you want to be, I mean, they can't play a guitar as badly as I can. That's what I say. You want, like, if someone needs some really, like, sort of mutton-fisted guitar playing, are they going to go to Prince? No.
He can't do it. He
No.
can put a glove on it.
Yeah.
He might be able to do it.
No,
then.
they're gonna come to me. Because that's what I do.
You're being humble, man.
I
You're
know.
being humble.
Okay, what do we got? Lady Diode. I gotta get some glasses. Lady Diode in the chat room asks, really like what you did for Bones. Do you see yourself getting into more film scoring?
Absolutely. If they'll hire me, I'll take the job.
It's back to that other thing of like, no, I find that a little.
Yeah,
too
let's try it again. You're exactly
Take
right.
one.
Lady, take one. That whole thing, I'm just grown beyond it. My own creative proclivities are now coming to the fore, and I just can't be working on that kind of stuff anymore. Take two. Are you kidding, bitch? Give me the gig. I'll do it in a second.
And now we have a follow-up question from Gypsy.
Gypsy.
What do you prefer, scoring for film, TV, or being an independent artist? Take 3 and 4.
Well, actually, now those things, because they're so different, you can't really compare them. I really enjoy the scoring process. Like you were talking about, you're scoring something right now.
Well, right. I mean, a song to one thing, and because you get the visual thing that you can, it suddenly adds an extra dimension to things that you wouldn't think of.
Right, and you're in service to someone else's vision, and in that way, it's kind of liberating. I don't want to hear from my own muse all the time. Shut up. Let me help this and bring something to this.
What was hilarious today, which I don't know if I'm going to give away any aspect of the song I've been doing, but who cares? But here's the strange things that can happen, which are funny. And I have the song was written prior to me being given the visuals of the scene that the song has to go over.
Right.
And the guy's kind of walking in, and there's a log fire going. Where I've got the song embedded, put out the fires, is going as he walks in past that fire.
Ooh.
And then it gets to a line that says, "Am I only half the man I want to be?" And it zooms into him watching the part of a midget on TV. and it's whatever the movie was. I don't know if it was Time Lapse, whatever it was, but it's and it's like, and I'm like, oh, you're kidding me. And this is without trying. You know, this is where the song just ended up lying
Right,
in
right.
in the thing. But so it could be rewarding in more ways.
I like there's a lot of random stuff that
I
happens.
mean, random things like that can happen. That's what I'm saying. That
You
it's
just throw it out there, but it's super fun. And Gypsy, I enjoy it.
Okay, Jonna, I'm guessing that's pronounced. Jonna Lee in the chat room asks, what was the inspiration for the album title, Synesthesia?
Huh,
Did I
interesting.
pronounce it
You
correctly?
did. We were just talking about that. Synesthesia among musicians. Synesthesia by itself is a very terrible mental illness where you hear something and it occurs in your head like a flavor or a sound or a visual or a color. You smell something and you hear a cat. You know, you can't function in life. But to a certain extent, as we were talking before by the rat, a musician that says to somebody,
What
hey,
was the
you know,
rat's name, by the way? Don't just call him the rat.
Mendel.
Mendel.
So you say, you know, I love that arrangement. Can you play, you know, to a guitarist, can you play a wall of opaque green stuff studded with like little dots of red? And it does make sense. I mean, your version of that may be a bit different.
Yeah,
from
mine's
mine.
normally in colors. I got to say, mine is sort of like it's not dark enough. It's bluer.
Yeah,
than
it's
that.
more blue,
you know.
and also I like transparent or opaque, something that's thin, like a little veil, a little gossamer
Texture.
here. Right.
Crunchier. I want it
Crunchy sound
crunchier.
or wet, and those are true synesthetic, you know, processes that are going on. You know,
It's true. I never really thought about it.
So anyway, I just like the word
Yeah.
and applied it to it.
Who knew that things we get involved in each day actually have a word so long?
Yeah, it's a hard word. The radio programmer's like, forget it, I'm going to play this. You know, it didn't help. Matt Starr.
Okay, let's take one. Let's take one more question, I guess, and then I think we have to play some more music. Even though we're probably running way over time, but who cares? Who cares? We don't. Apple Eye asks, was the idea for the Good Luck Charm video made up on the spot? Well, for those who haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a video my friend Jim Hirschletter made. He's a talented cinematographer, film director, writer. He's been making films and videos for years. So I don't really think, he had a kind of a plan. He did some location scouting, so it wasn't completely on the spot. Half and half, I think.
Is there a visual version of synesthesia?
Yeah, there is. You see something and it smells like chopped carrots or mutton.
Is it carrots?
Braised
I would have gone for liver. But then I guess because you said chopped liver, what am I?
Chopped
liver?
carrots. One of my chopped liver.
Yeah.
One of my bupkis.
Diced carrots. But no, diced carrots are what you find in your vomit always.
Yeah, why?
I have no idea.
Maybe
They're always there. You've never eaten them.
Even if
but
you
they're
never
there.
ate them.
Yeah.
The old story somebody told me about Carol Channing. Corn? You know that?
And
this
on
is a
that
story.
note,
I don't know if this goes on here. And it's just an apocryphal tale. It may not be real, but it was amusing to me that she was, when this lavalier mic reminded me, she was, probably was not true at all, so I don't even want to mention it.
It was radio and she walked into the bathroom.
She had like one of these lavalier mics on or something. She walked in the back and by herself, corn. I don't remember eating any corn. You know, and that echoed through the house. That's the joke, you know. You know, that would have been.
My feeling is that may have been a little planned.
It didn't happen.
I don't think.
No, I don't think it happened at all.
Well, it may have happened, but I think it would have been planned.
Oh, they planted
to
the thing,
happen.
and these people were laughing, and
Because she's backstage and all you hear is corn.
I don't remember eating any corn. Put that as my Facebook status, please.
I'll do the diced carrots. Okay, we're back for a couple more songs before we say goodbye. I will jump in. You don't have to go anywhere. I'm just going to stand in front of you and hide you completely in between the two songs when I bid farewell to people, and then the last song, all yours, and I will
Sure enough.
hush my damn mouth.
Pick. Sure enough. All right, what do I got? Oh, a couple of songs.
wish I had a song like that. Jeez. It was cold in here before. Now it's hot. Oh yeah, for the thing. I don't. I like it. I hate air conditioning actually. Not as much as I hate Rosie O'Donnell. Actually, I don't really hate her at all. She just made me see what an ego trip I was on, and she was like sent as a messenger from God. Matter of fact, can you give me a hold on? Give me a quick close-up shot. Really close. Can you go close? Rosie, I love you. I love you, man. I love you. I love you, man. That's enough. Thank you. I'm not sure. I might still hate her. Do you have like a board? Like some kind of wood? It's good to tap my foot on a board on this one. It's not necessary. He gives me his iPad or no. Will this work? Not bad. So can't hear that anyway. That's not mic'd up. Sticks and stones, blood and bones. In the falling light, the home beams shed their leaves as the dusk gives way tonight. Gravity is pulling on me like a ball and chain. The thunder clouds of funeral shrouds, it ain't giving up no rain. Look upon me with mercy. I have lost my way. Look upon me with mercy. I traded diamonds for a lump of Georgia clay. Damn ambition, it's a young man's game. Well, I'm fueled by another thing now, but I do not know his name. I feel yanked along, propelled by an unseen force, mostly dodging bullets and trying to stay on course. Look upon me with mercy. I have lost my way. Look upon me with mercy. I traded diamonds for a lump of Georgia clay. Try to call your number, but my battery's dead. I was gonna drop you a line, but it's all better left unsaid. After all, if I made that call, how could I explain the vaguest of sensations just a playing on the edge of my brain? Look upon me with mercy. I have lost my way. Look upon me with mercy. I traded diamonds for a lump of Georgia clay. No clipboard. Mic it up. Down the clipboard. Curt is there. He's down on it with his cool short hair. Got on his t-shirt and his lav mic too. He's gonna do it for his fellow Jew, Mendel the Mouse. Oh, that's a whole other song. Where did I put my pick?
His short hair and in his t-shirt. I like it. The t-shirt that's
Leave me alone. I was only singing.
that's my sentiment. I normally wear this when I come off stage.
I like that.
You know, my wife bought it for me. It's,
Leave me alone.
she said it sums me up when I meet people. I don't know. She has a different opinion of me than. Leave me alone. That's actually, my nipple's a little hard, actually. Okay, anywho.
Believe me, when you're down on with a clipboard on the lav mic, anything goes. I'm going to just play some background for you.
Just a little, well, actually, that's nice, actually. So that's it for another Strip Down Live. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to Mr. Himmelman. Thanks to NewTek TriCaster. Strip Down Live is available on iTunes in video and now audio form as well. And next week on a special night, which is next Tuesday the 21st, because I won't be here Wednesday. I can't remember why I'm not here Wednesday, but I'm not. Actually, I do, but I'm not going to tell you. We have Common Rotation in the studio next week. A very, very special thanks to Peter Himmelman, who has been hilarious and wonderful. Do get his new album, The Mystery, and find out a lot more about him on peterhimmelman.com. That's it for this week, and Peter will play us out. Thank you very much.
Curt Smith, ladies and gentlemen. On sound, Roon and his red-haired lady. This is what Roon sings for her when he's away. Working sound for the bands, just thinking about her at night. Thinking about her and he can't get to sleep. Baby wants what baby wants, and she knows how to fight. Baby loves who baby loves. With her it's black and white, and ever so slightly, ever so politely, you die for a nightly, don't you? Ever so slightly, baby takes what baby takes. She pulls with all her might. Baby goes where baby goes, and she flies off into the light, and ever so slightly, ever so politely, you die for a nightly, don't you? Ever so slightly, one look at her face and your hands start trembling, your heart starts to race as it happens again. You're just invisible space as you dissolve. Baby takes what baby takes. She's not afraid to bite. And baby sees what baby sees. so slightly, ever so politely. You die for a nightly, don't you? Ever so slightly. One look at her face and your hands start trembling. Your heart starts to race as it happens again. You're just invisible space and you dissolve ever so slightly, ever so politely. You die for a nightly, don't you? Ever so slightly.